And now we pleasure to introduce the next co-host, Mr. Mark Coure MP, and his role as the Shadow Minister for Multicultural Affairs. Mark Coure.
Well, thank you very much, Simon. I want to acknowledge, firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands in which we meet today and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And if it's okay with you, I won't go through the VIP dignitary list today, but I'd like to, what was that? Why not? Do it? I'd like to acknowledge, I'd be here all day. I'd like to acknowledge, of course, my good friend Amit Pollitt, the Executive Director of Affinity Intercultural Foundation and your advisory board. And thank you very, very much for having us here tonight. To my parliamentary colleagues, to my friends, I've just noticed friends in Red Cross and many other organisations, parliamentary leaders, our religious leaders, our community leaders, to each and every one of you. It is wonderful to be here today to host Affinity. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by saying Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak. It is a great pleasure to be here with you tonight to see so many friendly faces coming together to celebrate their special time, or this special time, in our state's calendar. And as Minister Camper just mentioned, it's becoming a bit of a tradition for him and I to be hosting Affinity. I liked it 4 years ago when the roles were reversed. But we're still cousins, that's right. But I look forward maybe one day the roles reversing again. But my sincere thanks to everyone at the Affinity Intercultural Foundation for your hospitality tonight. Earlier today, let me begin by starting on a very serious note. Earlier today, I visited the Australian Islamic House Mosque in Edmondson Park with the member for Holsworthy, Tina Ayed. And as you'd probably be aware, the community there was subjected to an appalling threat of violence yesterday. Let me say I was deeply disturbed by the shocking reports of the threats of violence against a place of worship. Let's be clear, an attack on one faith is an attack on all of us. There is no place for hate, violence or division in Australia. Every person, regardless of their faith, their background or community, deserves to feel safe, particularly in their place of worship. And I welcome the swift response by law enforcement agencies both here in New South Wales and across our nation, who have arrested an individual today in relation to the threats. It is important that places of worship in particular are kept safe from violence and fear. Everyone deserves the right to practice their faith in complete safety and security. And at a time when communities should be coming together, we must reject all forms of extremism and stand united against those who seek to divide us. We are stronger together, and we will not allow hate to take hold in our society. And this is what we in New South Wales all stand for, having those important conversations with others, learning from the beliefs that may be different to yours and continuing that dialogue. That is what makes our state such a special place and why Ramadan is so important. It serves as a time for harmony, a time for self-reflection, and a time to reflect on our faith during this holy month. It is also a chance to recognise the importance of safeguarding our social cohesion. We know that the Islamic community plays such an important role in supporting and serving the people of New South Wales. Time and time again, you put the need of others before your own. And the spirit of Ramadan, a time for peaceful reflection, and I want to say thank you. Thank you to every organisation, to every mosque, to every place of worship, to every single individual in this room that has put their priorities aside to support our local communities. We know, especially at the moment, there is already so much tension and divisiveness in the world. Now, more than ever, we appreciate your commitment to peace and tolerance. We also say thank you to our spiritual leaders for advocating for peace, charity, and service for others. And finally, thank you for making our multicultural society more vibrant, more rich, more strong and prosperous, to the benefit of all people living not just in New South Wales, but in Australia. And I say time and time again, and Minister Camper just mentioned it again tonight, but I truly believe that our diversity here in New South Wales is our strength, is certainly our strength. It helps us to succeed both as an individual but as a wider community. The key to that success is not just the respect we show each other, but that we open ourselves up, inviting others to come, to learn, to understand our great multicultural faith, community and state. And that is one of the great things about Ramadan. During this time of fasting, while you are all reaffirming and strengthening your faith, you are making time to help others understand why this holy month is so important. So friends, I hope that this holy month gives you the opportunity to reflect, to focus on your faith, but may you have a truly blessed Ramadan. I'd like to thank once again and recognise, of course, Affinity Intercultural Foundation for their incredible work. A big thank you, of course, to Amit Pollitt as well for welcoming us back here as co-hosts again in 2025, something that I will sign up Minister Camper to for next year as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to officially welcome you all to the New South Wales Parliament tonight, and I hope you enjoy a very fantastic event. Shukran. Thank you.